Thank you to Studio Jocelyn for sponsoring today's video. Studio Jocelyn hosts online art classes for kids age 10 and older. Jocelyn's online art studio is a really cool place. Your kids can make a variety of art projects using different tools and materials. Her art classes are a great after-school and weekend activity that you can enjoy from the comfort of your own home from wherever you are in the world. So you don't have to be based in the Netherlands, just in a relatively good time zone. These art classes are not just about fun, but the kids also learn new skills, they gain confidence, and they learn how to start and finish a project with focus and concentration. These art classes are terrific for kids who want to learn how to draw and paint using different techniques, materials, as well as to have fun. Jocelyn focuses not only on teaching kids how to draw and paint, but ensures that they are happy and confident in what they do. If they find a particular subject difficult and want to give it up, she makes sure that they get back on the horse. It is important to her that the children finish the lesson with a smile on their face and that they're happy with their result. Studio Jocelyn has a great online social community of international kids who support each other in a WhatsApp group. Here they share their artwork after class and they complement each other. They work with different art materials every 2 months or so, and you can even order your supplies through her website. Something that I really love about this is that you get lots of artwork to hang on your walls at home or in your office, and the kids really enjoy making art and you can see them improving in their skills. Make sure you check the description box below on how to sign up for a free trial art class in Jocelyn's online art studio. Together, you will draw a super cool and mind-boggling optical illusion. Jocelyn will also show you what kind of art materials she uses and the projects she makes during the classes. Sign up for this free online trial art class by sending an email to mail@studiojocelyn.nl today. Once again, thank you so much to Studio Jocelyn for your support. And now onto the video. Hi, welcome to Jovie's home. So I have a question for you. What comes to your mind when I say a spoiled child? Because I bet it's not exactly what I think. So today I wanted to make this video with 8 reasons why I think that Dutch children are so spoiled. So if you want to hear that, if that sounds good to you, then why don't you come on in, kick off your shoes and stay a while. I'm really glad you're here. Today's Dutch word of the day is spoiled child or spoiled children, and that is verwende kinderen, spoiled children. So let's hop right into it. I have this list of 8 reasons why I think Dutch kids are super spoiled. If you can think of more, leave them in the comments. I really love to see what you guys think. So yeah, let's do it. Number 1, they live in a clean and safe country. Now, on its own, maybe this is not a reason to say that they're a super spoiled kid, because lots of kids live in clean and safe countries, right? But when you look at the totality of the circumstances or all the things that I'm going to talk about, this is really something that is important in their quality of life and in their quality of well-being. And yeah, I don't think that you can have everything else in the world. Like, you can literally have everything else, but if you can't go outside because where you live is super polluted, or you can't swim in a river, or like, your quality of life is not going to be as good as the quality of life of a kid here. That's just my opinion, okay? So take it or leave it. But yeah, Dutch kids live in a clean and safe environment. Of course, there is crime here. They're just like any other country, but overall, the Netherlands is a very, very nice place to live. It is safe, and it is clean for the most part. I notice a difference when I travel to other European countries. I feel like it's not as clean. Certainly when I travel to Spain, I think that, like, I notice it. I notice other countries not being as clean as the Netherlands is. So I wonder if you guys notice that too. Let me know. A good education system, and that is set up in a way where the children are going to, hopefully, most kids are going to succeed according to their own abilities and interests. So this is something that I find quite interesting. I do have a video about the Dutch educational system. I will link it somewhere here if you want to check it out. But the way that the high schools are set up and everything, where children go to a different type of a school depending on how they're performing in like from a younger age. I just find this so interesting, that there's not this like pressure to compete everybody all at the same level, because not everybody is going to be doing the same kind of thing. So I think that Dutch kids are really spoiled in being able to receive an education that is in some way tailored to their abilities, but also their interests. So if you want to have an occupation that is like, maybe you need to go to a specific type of technical school, like electrician, or you want to be a painter, or you want to be a hairdresser, hairstylist or something, you don't necessarily need to have the same level of education as somebody who wants to be a medical doctor. And I love and respect the fact that that is something that in the Netherlands they do take into account. Also because not everybody can perform at that same level. So here we go. You are set up to succeed from a very young age. Dutch kids are incredibly spoiled with the level of independence and freedom that they get from a really young age. This is, again, something that you don't see in every country. Maybe some of the Western European countries, you can be like, yeah, we have that here. We have that in Germany, or we have it in Denmark. Maybe you do, but not everyone does. And I want to mention it here. Where my house is, it looks onto the playground of the neighborhood, okay? So I'm constantly seeing all the kids in our neighborhood, and it blows my mind that you see like a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old playing outside together with no parental supervision regularly. There are so many kids in this neighborhood where I live, and they're just like all the time outside playing together and with each other, and they have that independence and that freedom to do that. And that ties into the first point about the safety, you know, because obviously you're not going to let your kids do that if they're not safe. But I just find it really, really interesting, and that really allows you to develop your own independence and your own thoughts and have your own experiences from a super young age, which is really interesting. And Dutch kids are spoiled, totally spoiled in that regard, you know, that they are able to do that. You also see very young children biking on their own to school. Sometimes, obviously, you know, once their parents have trained them how to ride their own bike, how to respect the rules of the road. I think also at some point in school, they also have special bike lessons, but it's absolutely common to see young kids going to and from school on their own bike. Like, and me, and as an American or somebody really who grew up in a different system, it takes me back. I'm like, where's that kid's parents? Oh yeah, I live in the Netherlands. Like, it's cool. And it's amazing to me. There's really good support for low income families here, whereby their children are also able to participate in a lot of extracurricular things that maybe their wealthier counterparts do. What the hell does that mean, Jovie? That's like a lot of words, and that doesn't say anything. What I mean to say is that most municipalities, if not all, I'm pretty sure all, have kind of like a low income pass here. It's called the Oivars pass, but it has a different name throughout the country. But it is this kind of pass that is issued to low income families, and from that, their children are allowed to enroll in sports, dance, music lessons, ballet lessons, swimming lessons, all these kind of like extracurricular activities, art lessons, like all this kind of thing that people who are not low income can and might enroll their kids in and pay for. So what the government here does is that they give these passes to low income families, and I believe, at least in my municipality or in my town, they get 2 per year or 2 per season or whatever it is. So these low income kids can go to the same sports as non-low income kids. They're all mixed together, but those fees will be paid for by the government so that those children can have the same experiences and the same experiences as other kids. It's amazing. I think that is such a wonderful That is such a wonderful way to make everybody feel included and nobody to feel excluded, and for kids who have no control over what their parents' jobs are or what their financial situation is, that they still get to participate in society with everyone else. And it's heartwarming to me. Probably if you're Dutch, you're like, that's so normal. It's not normal everywhere, and I really appreciate it. And I feel like this is just another way that Dutch kids or kids growing up in the Netherlands get to be super duper spoiled. Here's one that literally blew my mind when I was pregnant with my first child. I received a letter during the course of my pregnancy saying, hey, you're pregnant, we understand that. Don't forget to sign up for this thing where we're gonna send you money every 3 months, like every quarter, for your child. It's a child payment. And I was like, I don't think that I qualify for that. You know, like both my husband and I have full-time jobs. We're okay financially. But no, every single child in the Netherlands is entitled to a payment quarterly from the government for, you know, for whatever. You just, every quarter, you just get this sum of money in your bank account that is to be used, I mean, ideally for your child or supporting your child. And for each subsequent child, you get the same, you know? So if there's payments per child, there's no limit. There's the parents' incomes does not play any role in that. And I just think that that is absolutely incredible. All healthcare for children under the age of 18 is free of charge. So all kids under the age of 18, as long as their parents are insured under Dutch law, like as long as their parents are not under some kind of international scheme, as long as you have a Dutch health insurance, your kids have free healthcare. And it's not just healthcare, it's also dental care. So like regular checkups and cleanings and all that stuff, that is free for kids under 18. Sometimes some medicines might not be for free. The only thing that's coming to my mind right now is when my baby had like extreme diaper rash, there's like a zinc cream. That was not covered by insurance, but it was like €4. So I did have to pay that out of pocket. But I mean, yeah. Spoiled. I'm telling you, Dutch kids are totally spoiled. So, in my opinion, everything in this country seems to be arranged around the idea of families and children being part of a family. Like, that sounds so stupid, okay? That sounds, I understand how that sounds to you guys. You hear a lot of this like families first type of stuff coming out of the United States, but then they don't want to pay for children's health care, you know, things like this. Like this, I feel like the Netherlands like puts its money where its mouth is, and they say that their families are important and then they deliver on those promises. And so I really appreciate that. But it goes a step further, okay? It really does, in the sense that so many restaurants here have like a little kids corner. They recognize that families are coming with kids, and so they have these like special places for them. We have some of the most amazing child-friendly restaurants as well. We discovered a restaurant with a freaking roller coaster. I'm not exaggerating. There's a roller coaster in this restaurant for kids. Like, I haven't seen that. I have not seen that anywhere else. And then the last thing that I want to talk about is fabulous holidays. Okay, Dutch kids get fabulous holidays. And this is not to say that you have to be super rich to give your kid an amazing holiday. But this year, for the first time, I went on a very Dutch holiday, meaning we stayed in the country. We stayed here this summer, and we did what's called like a Dutch camping, where we rented a bungalow in a bungalow park and close to the Hoge Veluwe, the national forest. These holiday parks, I went to the Droompark Beekbergen, not sponsored, but you know, in case you want to know. First of all, we get into our little bungalow, our holiday house, and everything is baby proofed. Every single plug, like socket, and everything is already baby proofed. All the the kitchen drawers and things, they have the baby proofing on them. And I was just like, wow, I don't remember ever going anywhere else and everything just being baby proofed already. I don't have a baby. I don't need the baby proofing anymore. But I just was so impressed with the thoughtfulness of like how nice it is as a parent to go to a place and not have to worry about that. I don't know. It blew my mind. Then all the like the pool was super kid friendly. There was playgrounds. No matter where you look, there was all these features and things that were like really meant for kids to have an amazing time. There was the animation team. There was just like I was totally jealous of my two kids. I could not be also a kid in the Netherlands growing up and having this kind of life. Like amazing, amazing. So yeah, these are my 8 reasons, you guys, why I think that Dutch kids are absolutely the most spoiled children in the whole entire world. These things contribute to their happiness and success and health as adults. And yeah, I'm amazed. And I feel so happy to be raising little Dutch kids, even though they're not Dutch, but like to be raising kids here in the Netherlands, because I'm really happy to spoil them in these kind of ways, you know? It's amazing. I'm curious to hear what are your thoughts on spoiling your Dutch kids. And yeah, I can't wait to read them in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for coming over. Thank you for spending some time with me today. That completes this video, and I will see you in the next one. Doei!